6:20 p.m. 6:21 p.m. LAPD's group stalking by helicopter, and they're doing so under the specific environment. So you're going to look at this light source on this day, which was May 4th, 2022. At 6:10 p.m., I am at the San Bernardino County Chino Branch Library. That is nowhere near, anywhere near being inside of, again, my apartment, which is 1810 North Alvarado Street, while I'm taking pictures, and you can see what is, again, the entity engaging the demonic imitation of the natural environment. This is supposedly the sun, and that's supposedly sunlight. This is the same engineer light that you're seeing appearing in the depths of hallways, covered hallways, dark hallways, light that bends underneath to go into the depths of hallways. You see it touching on the shaded part of this building, as though the sunlight that's over Chino Branch Library at this time on May 4th, 2022 at 6:10. It's 6:22 p.m., okay? On this day in 2022, the light source is not going to be visible over the Chino Branch Library at 6:10, and then 12 minutes later, it's over the building of 1818 North Alvarado Street, to be perfectly aimed inside of my apartment window, aiming light onto my carpet, ricocheting off of the mirror and touching the bedroom walls. This is the pattern of conduct of stalking with light, and it's entirely demonic. And what's occurring in this specific environment where you're looking at this engineered light, where you're looking at what are methods of stalking with light, the demon possessed are maintaining presence in the path. And that is the technical phrase for what is group stalking. And the demon possessed are group stalking in the specific environment. At 6:10 p.m., I'm at the Chino Branch Library on May 4th, 2022, which is what I'm capturing on video here. I want to be clear, as I started capturing video right now, the LAPD was amplifying helicopter activity. You already know that they're stalking, okay? They engaged in the psychotic demonstration for the world to understand what demonic activity is. It's very highly deranged. That's a highly deranged mental state of those who are secretly trying to stalk somebody and target them as a government in order to discard them from society, and if not, including taking their life. And then that corrupt government is making up a narrative about that targeted individual after that person is gone for no legitimate purpose. It is demonic at its core. It's just evil. And I want to be clear, the government is practicing that which is evil, and the people of the state are of that same condition. This is demonic activity. And so it's indiscriminate with regard to those demons that are in government, those demons that are literally occupying the space around whoever the entity is targeting as a demonic entity, actually. But it's criminal because the government is engaged. Well, it would be criminal also if it was just some random cult and some den of demons where they were worshiping Satan and sacrificing weird stuff, and trying to target people and killing them. But it is the government. This is a matter of public corruption because the government is practicing demonic methods of placing someone under surveillance. And as I started this video, LAPD is amplifying helicopter activity. And you already know that that is the case. They are clearly demonstrating to the world that they are openly stalking American citizens, that they are hostile to your enforcement of their rights, that they are literally violent sex offenders who are obsessively pursuing those that are not of that demented condition that they share. It is also the grounds, and it is them begging to be relieved from their positions from law enforcement. And they are also demonstrating to the world how law enforcement agencies around this country who are engaging in this criminal system shall be treated under federal law. This is demonic. You have the demons slowing down in relevant position to my room while they're listening to me utter the truth about what they're doing. This is demonic. This is what LAPD is. This is how demons show hostility to the demons engaging even more. That's the public safety threat. Okay, as I literally was stating about what's going to happen to law enforcement agencies, those demons engage in what are slowing down right in a relevant position to me. They're listening to that. This is what the entity does with light. This is what the entity does through the demon-possessed law enforcement agencies who like to stalk in helicopters. And I'm talking about that demon-possessed group that are calling themselves the Los Angeles Police Department. They are highly mentally disturbed. They will be subject to mental examination just like every other third-party group stalker. I don't care what store you work for. I don't care what your address is. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what physical handicap you may have while you're engaging in that system. The entity is engaging in that, which is, again, the ongoing impunity by those minors who are going to be relieved from the custody of the people of the state that are group stalking with LAPD. And I want you to understand what the demons are doing. This is how they exhibit hostility by engaging in the same criminal system, but doing so through somebody that's acting on their behalf, while the entity is engaging in psychotic conduct like you see them doing on an ongoing basis, flying in circles. Okay? So the chorus of helicopter activity is underway while demons go out of their way. Those are the underage minors, okay? Now she is, again, this is somebody who's obviously not on a proper diet either. She's underage, she's overweight, she's engaged in stalking an American citizen, and she's not even 18 yet. And this is not to criticize. This is to point out, again, all the ways in which the minor children that are engaging in what are group stalking, criminal conduct, and violation of federal laws, and those to be enforced, are in every way being placed into harmful environments and are not being, their criminal conduct is being contributed, acting in concert with corrupt law enforcement agencies who listen to me speak to the world about how they're going to be punished and exposed on the world scene. And so the LAPD understand what they did. Those underage minors are riding a bicycle, a scooter, an engineered light at the Chino Branch Library at 6:10 p.m. There is no sun that's going to be over at Building 1818. Understand the intentionality behind everything that you're looking at. Okay, Mion Clemens, she's slowly engaging in what is the demonic behavioral pattern in concert with LAPD, and she's going to federal prison. And then she can waddle in her federal cell. Okay, it is no respecter of persons. It is all the same wicked conduct, and the LAPD just engaged in serious federal offenses with minor children. That's the significance of what you just witnessed while they're listening to me talk about what they're doing. This is the public safety concern that the people of the state and that corrupt government acting via the LAPD, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, these are law enforcement agencies who are engaging in this criminal system, and they do so with children. They are literally the infectious wound to the public, and they are threatening your life systematically. Violent sex offenders engaging in sexual violence right now with minor children. Susana Martinez is facilitating sexual violence in concert with the state as well. Engaging in what is demonic pacing on a scooter. That's the significance of that. While directed light covers all of the grounds. While the light source is remaining over the Chino Branch Library right now. This is the light source, and you're understanding what minor children are participating in. 6:10 p.m. at the San Bernardino County Chino Branch Library. This is the light source that's over me in Chino, California. And 13 minutes later, this is not the sun that's over my apartment. I'm at the same address where the sun is rising through the same window of this apartment in Los Angeles. Understand the significance of what the demon-possessed are doing. They are intentionally acting amongst minor children, engaging in what is sexual violence. Let me pause that. They're engaging in sexual violence right now, engaging in it with minor children. Monitoring an American citizen inside of the private space, molesting the person with engineered light because you are obsessed stalker wanting to keep them under surveillance, you're going to be prosecuted as the ruthless, violent sex offender that you are in the shoes of the state, and they engage in that with minor children, okay? And the name of that underage minor is going to be prosecuted as a group stalker, acting with LAPD, okay? That criminal record, that sex offense is going to follow her and Susana Martinez's daughter. Okay? Like I said, no respecter of persons. They are engaging in what is very demented conduct. There is no sun over the Chino Branch Library like I'm capturing in this video.
And it's in the same position that it's at 9:45 in the morning.
And I was there in the morning at the Chino Branch Library on May 4th, 2022.
That's a demon. Those are demons.
So I want you to understand and witness what is the maintenance of this light source. That's where I'm located. This is Chino, California. That's the light source right there. And you're looking at what is the light source while I'm in Los Angeles at 1806 North Alvarado Street. You're looking at the light source that's hovering over me in Los Angeles while the entity is aiming engineered light on my bedroom wall. Impossible light activity. This is a sex offense. They're touching all over my thighs and my buttocks and my genitalia while they're pacing around in that engineered light for purposes of monitoring me while they are at the same time listening to me prosecute and expose them. Understand the sexual violence and the group gang conduct that the demon-possessed engage in while those cowards are hiding right now in a helicopter. And as soon as I stop recording, those psychopaths are going to fly over my apartment. Those are the sex offenders that are going to be disbanded. And their criminal records are going to be a matter of public information. And every courthouse that they are acting with is under suspicion already. And they're criminally monitoring in LA County and every city in the state of California. They're monitoring. Okay. So I want to be clear. There's no sun over the Chino Branch Library right now. There's no sun that is over the also at the same time over 1818 where the demons that are under the age of majority are group stalking, engaging in sexual violence with the state of California, the people of the state, which is why they're going to get a criminal record. Those two teenagers in particular, they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to be prosecuted as group stalkers, period. It's going on the criminal record. All right. But their parents are going to federal prison. All right. And I want to be clear. They're doing it in engineered light. The light source is hovering over the Chino Branch Library, San Bernardino County. That's a government building, by the way. An ongoing pattern. The San Bernardino TAD office, Transitional Assistant Human Services Office on Holt Boulevard. That's the state. The California Department of Motor Vehicles. That's the state. While the entity is engaging in what is maintenance of the light source. And where that specific environment is present, the entity is engaging in psychotic methods of stalking and also sexually violent and very disturbing criminal conduct in concert with those under the age of majority. That's what the government is engaging in. Okay? Sex offense just willy-nilly while demons just cross path on an ongoing basis. Invading the privacy of an ordinary target individual. Just engaging in that, driving all in engineered light. None of that is sunlight while it's over the Chino Branch Library. So you're understanding the significance, you're understanding the ways in which you're going to prosecute the people and you're going to prosecute the government. And they will be listed as what are group stalkers. And all 59 units here, including Mion Clemens, who's limping around in Engineer Light. Let me be clear. She's not too injured and she's not too old to go to federal prison because she's monitoring. And she's a sex offender. She's also a demon. All right, and she's monitoring on video with minor children, additional grounds of federal prison. So I just want to be clear, it's 6:31 p.m. and this is the light source over me at the Chino Branch Library on the same day in 2022. And I'm here at the Chino Branch Library on this day in the morning, and the light source remains there in the evening, showing you the exact same identical pattern of conduct, because it's not the sun that's going to be over the roof of the Upland Public Library from 10:14 in the morning till 5:35 in the evening, which I'm documenting the next day on May 5th, 2022. While here in Los Angeles, the entity is engaging in what is the pattern of rising and setting the so-called sun as I'm looking at it through the windows of the same apartment at the same apartment complex. Those are the demons under the age of majority that are group stalking, shameful, criminal conduct of a felonious nature done and seamlessly engaged in by minors, exhibiting psychotic behavioral patterns, the personality defect of the demon possessed. All right, those are not demons that are focused on riding a scooter. They're monitoring someone else, and they act with impunity. They act with hostility, aware of the malice with which the demon-possessed or the secret society are necessarily supposed to engage in the criminal pattern of conduct. Look to the left and the right and totally disregard the target individual like they're not there, and they're entirely focused on you as a population. And everything about that unnatural environment is that evidence conclusive to that. Not the psychotic behavioral pattern, which is going to land the entity in federal prison and in mental facilities across this country. That's going to be the result of that psychotic behavioral pattern. It is under no circumstances a suggestion of ignorance or of innocence. You can look at the environment that they're in, and that's what controls. Because that's not the sun that's over the San Bernardino County Chino Branch Library.
Pay attention to that.
And that's not the sun that's possibly over me at 1806 North Alvarado Street, where, by the way, these same demons, including that underage minor, engage in that demonic behavioral pattern of crossing paths with Engineer Light, moving all across the surfaces. Just like you see the Engineer Light inside of my apartment, just like you see this Engineer Light on the side of this apartment building, this is the mark of demon possession. They're group stalking in the path. They're doing so with minor children. And those minor children exhibiting that same demon possession, crossing path and Engineer Light, moving all over surfaces. While demons are pacing up and down the street, demons are living all in relevant position. This is serving for what is a massive prosecution, and it is a sex offense that you just witnessed minor children engaging in, and the people that say are going to be prosecuted for that. That's P.O.C. It is 6:33 p.m.